Getting the right gaming keyboard can be tough, not because they're hard to find, but because there's so many options out there and there's a lot of nuances to dissect, especially if you're a keyboard sicko like me. I know some folks like to build their own keyboards, but if you're watching this, you're probably not one of them. And so you gotta ask yourself a couple questions, like what kind of mechanical switches do you prefer? Are you willing to invest in Hall effect magnetic switches? What kind of layout do you want? Does it look good? What kind of advantages and features do you want? These are all factors that you'll have to consider. But I made things easy for you with my picks from budget to best, so regardless of your price range, you're gonna get your money's worth. And these are all keyboards that I've used or reviewed myself, and I'm very particular about my keyboard, so I can vouch for all of these firsthand. Now, I've used a ton of keyboards from the likes of cheaper brands such as Red Dragon, to the boutiques like Pulsar, Wooting, and Ducky, to the big brands like Razer and Corsair, so it's intimidating to make a decision, so I'll make the decision for you. There's a lot of competition between lesser known brands at the budget level, but the one keyboard I will always stand by for under $50 is the Keychron C3 Pro. Keychron has consistently been one of my favorite brands, and the C3 Pro keeps things simple with its no-frills 10-keyless design. It's a wired mechanical keyboard that comes with either Keychron's linear red switch or tactile brown switch. It only has red backlighting to match the red accents atop the black color scheme, so if you're picky about looks, you may want to poke around Keychron's other offerings. When it comes to performance, however, the C3 Pro stacks up with some of the best, especially with the linear red switches, which is my personal favorite. Keystrokes are smooth, responsive, and consistent, just like the classic Cherry MX Reds with a 2mm actuation point, 4mm travel distance, and 45-gram actuation force. It's also got N-key rollover, a 1000Hz polling rate, and web-based software that's a lot easier to use than your typical downloadable software suite from the big companies. So for around $40, the C3 Pro is a layup when choosing a budget gaming keyboard. If you want to go up in price a little bit, I can recommend the Logitech G413, which you can get in a full-size or 10-keyless layout. It's a wired mechanical keyboard that has stood the test of time, and while it's had a few refinements over the years with new models, it has stuck to a tried-and-true design. The brushed aluminum top plate looks sleek and gives the keyboard a certain build quality, and the exposed keycaps let that backlighting pop. It used to use Logitech's own Roamer G switches, which I liked quite a bit, but the new G413 only comes with tactile brown switches, which I believe are made by Longhua. It's as fast and responsive as you could ask from a gaming keyboard of this caliber, with a 1.9mm actuation point, 4mm total travel distance, and 50-gram actuation force. The new G413 SE isn't customizable through Logitech G Hub software, which is a bit of a bummer for those who want to remap keys or set macros, but if it's simplicity you're looking for, the G413 nails that with a high-quality keyboard. I do want to give a quick shout out to the Chilkey ND75 LP, which is a super compact mechanical keyboard that I've had my eye on for a while. IGN contributor Chris Koch, who's one of our most trusted tech writers, reviewed it for us and gave it a 9, praising its value at just a bit over $100 and its fantastic switches atop a sleek, low-profile design. It's one I'm eager to get my own hands on. So if you're looking for something with a small footprint that performs alongside the best, check out that review. Now, most gaming keyboards I get in are 10 keyless, and I do have a soft spot for the mini 60% layout, but oftentimes I need full-size functionality while still saving desk space, and that's where the rare 96% layout comes in, and no one does it better than who? Keychron with the new K4 HE. I was immediately impressed with the Gateron Nebula magnetic switches. They're more firm than most, but performed exceptionally in both competitive gaming and as my everyday workhorse, especially since you can adjust the actuation point through its web-based software. And that's one of the big advantages of having Hall effect magnetic switches. It's that customization that lets you dial in performance in a way you just can't with mechanical keyboards. It's also built on a slim frame and actually doesn't take up a whole lot more desk space than the typical 10 keyless keyboard. Keychron's design tends to be no frills and focus on the essentials, but its color schemes add a bit of personality, like the cream and wood grain version we have here. And the 2.4 GHz and Bluetooth wireless connectivity gives it some extra versatility to boot. I will admit the crammed nature of a 96% layout takes some getting used to, and if you want to use the center column functions, you need to swap modes, which, while easy to do, is a quirk I had to get the hang of. But if you need that number pad and full functionality while staying compact, with a little RGB flare on the side, I cannot recommend the Keychron K4 HE enough. $135 is no small investment, I know, but relative to the rest of the keyboard market, you get a lot of bang for your buck considering the layout, the Hall effect magnetic switches, the connectivity options, and the overall quality. Alright, for my last pick, if you really want to ball out, the SteelSeries Apex Pro Gen 3, which has all the bells and whistles and performance you should expect from a keyboard in the $200 price range. SteelSeries keyboards have managed to consistently impress me over the years, but with the Apex Pro using the OmniPoint 3.0 magnetic switches and incorporating an onboard OLED control panel, this is exactly what I'm looking for in a premium gaming keyboard. This isn't exactly a flashy keyboard. Its sleek, simple design is complemented with keycaps that have a bold font type and tasteful RGB lighting that really shines through. The real star is those magnetic switches that make each keystroke feel smooth and satisfying. And setting custom actuation points in 0.1mm increments along the 4mm travel distance for any key lets you tune performance in small but crucial ways. The OLED panel is great, and being able to have media controls, change RGB lighting, set actuation points on the fly, set macros, swap custom profiles, and see information displayed is really nice. The keyboard can connect through no latency 2.4 GHz or Bluetooth to add some versatility, and battery life is decent, although I'm keeping my keyboards plugged in most, if not all the time. So from nearly every angle, this is the keyboard I've been looking for, and SteelSeries had really outdone themselves with this one. But again, around that $220 price range, that's a big investment still, but if you're willing to spend that much, this is my top recommendation. Those are just my top picks for the best gaming keyboards from budget to best, and like I said at the start though, there's so many great options out there, so if you have any personal recommendations yourself, let us know in the comments. And be sure to check out our other budget to best videos on mice and keyboards. And for everything else in the world crossing with gaming and tech, stick with IGN.